Hi, I'm Nami.
I'm Michael, and welcome to Mike
and Nami Plus. Today, Michael prepared something to talk about, which I do not know about yet. So, I guess you could just take it away.
Yeah, it's about you.
Yes.
As the breadwinner.
Yes. And you as the house husband.
Yeah. It's becoming more common.
Yes.
There's been a lot of negative articles talking about how it
the functionality of it?
Yeah. It's dysfunctional, it devastates the marriage, leads to divorce, leads to arguments.
What? No way.
Oh, I've seen a lot.
That's so interesting. Because, feminism.
Okay. Yeah.
Woman power.
Yeah.
Woman breadwinner. But then in a marriage, feminism, woman power, but within a marriage, maybe there's a different model.
Let's break that down. But before we get there, I want to set some context. So Nami was the breadwinner for a little over a year now. She's been working 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
She was working as a full-time college instructor and then also full-time uploading 3 to 4 videos a week on YouTube. And after a couple months, that just crashed. It was too much.
Yeah.
60-hour work weeks. During that time, I stopped working and I spent more time staying at home. On my side,
you cook and do the laundry and you clean and everything.
Yeah, it's just that. The things that have to get done in a household. You have to clean the house.
You have to take out the garbage.
We don't have a dishwasher, so...
You have to do the dishes.
5 times a day. Yeah, that's normal. Do the garbage. Just the basic stuff, getting the kids ready, breakfast, prepping lunch, getting them ready, dropping them off, picking them up. And sometimes Nami would help with that too. On Nami's side, you were just a work machine. Yeah,
I would just get up, get ready, get out the house. Go to work. Finish work at the school. I'd come home and then I'd have to do more work for YouTube. And then on days that I don't go to the school, I would be spending the full day doing YouTube, editing 3 videos in one day, or working on emails for 4 hours straight. And then after the kids come home from school, I still have to do comments and I still have to post on Instagram, plan out future content.
It was a shift that we were new to, and it's been about 12 months. So how are we doing? What has our experience been? I feel like I was regularly asking Nami, how are you? How are you feeling? What are your stress levels? How are you emotionally?
I feel like I was only not okay for the last 6 months. During the time I was just working full-time on YouTube, it was really fun. It was really full of joy.
I have a few questions for both of us. As the breadwinner, does it ever make you feel less feminine? Or
I think yes and no, because you're not really taken care of, but then you are taken care of because you always take care of me and you always do all the house stuff anyway. But I don't know if it has to do with femininity. I feel like I have an issue with femininity from the beginning of my childhood. That's not really a breadwinner issue, it's more of a me issue. My struggle with femininity.
Okay. Putting it on the other end, am I less of a husband or less of a man or less of a partner as one who is not breadwinning?
I don't know. I feel like no, because you're still a husband and you do other husband stuff, consoling me or taking care of me that way, being a father. So I don't know. I feel like yes and no for both. Maybe because I don't really know how it would be if I'm fully the housewife and you're fully the breadwinner. We've never really had that experience. I feel like I would know if there was such a discrepancy.
Right. So some women say that when they are the breadwinners or they're making a lot more than their husbands, they feel that their partners or the husbands are less respectable or less ambitious, and that kind of bothers them. It's like they're not in the same plane. Or do you feel the same way, or how?
I think I understand that concept, and I would understand how it could happen like that, because even for women who are not even dating the man yet, if they don't have their aspirations set, then they feel less of a man to look at them as less of a man.
Aspirations, so
future goals or careers or whatever. They feel that they can't really see them as a man the same way as someone who does. But then I think our relationship in particular, you have always been kind of a guidance and a leading role in my life, that I don't think I can separate that from our marriage, even in the context of financial making.
I really wanted to open up the conversation for your life.
Right.
It's like, what are you going to pursue? What are you interested in? And things are always changing. It's like when you came out of high school, there was change. When you experience a new routine or habit, it changes. Yeah. And the important thing is that you taught me was when we change, we have to change together. But to do that, you have to always be communicating.
Yeah.
Whether it be finances or like emotions or thoughts or hobbies or interests.
Anything.
You have to talk about all these
even
things.
Trivial stuff.
This is another question. Do you ever feel like you're selling yourself short in this relationship? You know what I mean?
No. I don't know what you mean.
Or like you're too, like you being the breadwinner, or you have whatever talents or gifts you're bringing to the table. Like, I'm bringing this much. What do you have to bring to this? Like, I feel like I deserve more.
Okay, yes and no. Yes, because sometimes, I never thought of this before, but like one of my second mom, who is my church mom, she actually revealed to me, like, right now you are the breadwinner. And that's a lot of stress. Right. And it could be a lot of responsibility for you. Yes. So don't be so hard on yourself. Sometimes you want an escape, because I was confiding in her with my lack of self-control and time management. And she was saying sometimes maybe you just want an escape. You just want to rest and read your manga or watch that show or like watch YouTube or whatever. Like sometimes you just want that because you're the breadwinner. You're working like that. Like I never thought of that before, but after she said that, like I kind of fall back into like, oh, I can just rest a bit because I'm breadwinning. Right. Like you do the laundry. You do, oh, thanks for doing the dishes. I'm just resting. Yeah. Kind of thing. But then that doesn't discount that you're always doing the work throughout anyway during the time I'm working. The value is just different, like monetary value, and then yours is just maintaining, because we're functioning as one unit. And I think that's okay. This is why we have to communicate all the time. Right. You need that balance. You need to balance your own mental well-being. But what was the first thing that you said again? Do you feel like you're selling yourself short? I want to say no to that in a different mentality, in a different way of reading the question. Okay. Is that you are the one who made me into this. Right now, for the past 8-9 years. Right. You've made me. So for me to say, I'm like this, what can you bring? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't belong to me. Like my decision is not mine. It doesn't belong to me, actually. So I think that relates in that sense. How you said, I made you, but I don't belong to me. So it's good. Like I think it's good that Nami has her balance. Like she's breadwinning, then she deserves to play Superstar BTS. Yeah. Not for 3 hours. Nami is young too. What, you're turning 23? Yeah. So, I mean, when you're 23, your prefrontal cortex is not even fully developed yet, and you're still changing. Am I less attractive? Because you're not breadwinning? Yeah. I don't think so. I feel like these questions don't fit me. Tell me about it then. Really interesting. Tell me about it. I feel like already our personalities are kind of like this. Like I'm really strong headed and like aggressive, and then you're more like gentle and calm and put together, because I'm not put together. So already in our relationship, like we already kind of had this dynamic, and then if it plays into our work, I feel like there wouldn't be as much of a change of how we view each other. Like I guess I understand how women can't really respect the work that a husband does if he is doing a lot of housework, but like I really appreciate it because I can't do laundry. I'm very bad at cooking, and like your cleaning is like. So is it just unique to our personalities? I think it really depends. But I wouldn't mind even swapping. Yeah, like, I wouldn't mind that either. I would actually feel more comfortable if I worked full time. Yeah, and I feel like I would really enjoy it if I was spending more time with the kids. Yeah. And making good meals for them to eat that they enjoy. Yeah, so I think it's just a season for us that it's kind of like this, but it's good to talk about and it's good to experience. Right. But I don't think it really changes that much the way that our marriage is as a whole. So are you suffering in silence right now? No. Because we always talk. about it. I feel like we were kind of suffering in silence for 2 months because we didn't really know what was going on. Yes. We were just surviving. Yes. We were literally just scraping together like life. We've talked so much about this. Like, we've already settled it. And I feel like it's on a good roll now. Cool. In terms of work or work stress or house stress or family stress. In the beginning, you said that some couples or some marriages end up in divorce or a lot of conflict due to all the factors that can come about with. I actually think it's not the breadwinning that's the issue. I think it's the communication. If you're feeling that way about someone else, especially who is your spouse, you should be talking about it. A marriage is a relationship. It's the same as parent and child relationship. You just need to talk and understand each other. But if you are having conflict that is silent, like a Cold War, and you're just brewing these thoughts on your own that are probably mostly out of misunderstanding, then of course you're going to have conflict. Of course you're going to have fallout. Of course you're going to have maybe lead to divorce. I don't think it's mainly the issue of breadwinning or who has the power in the relationship. It's more, are you working on your relationship? Like, you're one unit. You should be working together.
Yes. So some people feel embarrassed their husband that they make more.
Oh my gosh.
Or their position is higher. They feel embarrassed when their spouse accompanies them to like a work party or like a gathering.
I can understand. Yeah, I can understand. I'm proud. I'm like, this is my husband. He does the laundry. He does the dishes. He does, like, he cooks. Like, he's amazing. Like, usually when people think of men, they don't do those kind of things. So I think it's amazing. And I'm proud of it. He's with the kids. He's so good at this. Look at this. I'm proud of this. That's my thinking. Look how much support he's giving the family and giving me. Not just in this relationship, but like throughout my whole life. I understand how women can feel that way, but for me, in our circumstance, in our relationship, like, I just feel so proud. I feel like completely opposite of that.
Our roles are always changing, and it's great that you feel that way. And I'm always kind of surveying our direction and how we feel now. Yeah. Because I believe if we stayed like this for another 2-3 years, it would be time for a change. And maybe you wouldn't feel so proud. You would feel more, this is a drag. Now you feel kind of... It would be different. I'm not the one driving the train at the front. I'm actually the one laying down the tracks as a leader. Yeah. I'm the one paving the way, laying the tracks. So I'm
kind of the executor.
Just have to simply drive. Right. So that's my kind of approach to leadership in the family. It's my responsibility to make sure that you feel that way, you feel comfortable, that you always see me as a leader, someone who you can just depend on. Yeah. I feel that need, that responsibility, that kind of the burden that I have to take. And so in the future,
maybe that would look different.
Change. It will look different.
But the basis is the same.
The basis is the same, but it'll look different. Right. So I'm really proud of you too. Do you feel like I expressed that enough?
Yeah. Like, a lot. You're cute.
And you know what? I don't feel inferior or embarrassed. In fact, I'm proud of it. I tell Nami, she's doing this. Like, in social situations,
we both do it.
I just say, she's doing this full time. Yeah, she's been doing this. And I kind of lift her up wherever I can, whenever I can. And why not?
Yeah. Like, no matter what who is doing, everything is good.
Yeah, it's not a competition between us.
Yeah.
There's no point.
I think that's the issue.
There's no point.
It's not about the roles or what you're doing. The issue is their relationship.
If you're
and how they view each other.
If you're competing together, you've never been married. Marriage is not about competition.
If you're trying to run faster than the person you're tied legs to, you're both gonna fall down.
And for men, allow the space for your partner to talk about it. Allow the comfort, allow the safety, allow the opportunity. You lead it. You lead the conversation. These conversations are extremely important. Whether you're married or dating. If you have been dating someone in high school and you both go on to post-secondary studies, or you've been dating someone in university or college and you guys go on into full-time working, there's going to be changes. Yeah. And you got to change together. And talk about these plans. So be proud of your roles. Be proud of each other.
Yeah.
And talk regularly about everything. So as for me, and I think for men who have a breadwinner wife, some or many would say that it's emasculating for him, or it's suffocating for him, or it affects his self-confidence.
Yeah. Do you feel that way?
Never.
Interesting. We're so weird.
But I feel that way because I know the work and effort and value that I'm putting into our marriage. Mm-hmm. And it's not about me, it's about us.
Yeah.
And so because we understand each other, it's not like, oh, you're off doing this and I'm home doing nothing. I don't feel puny.
Right.
I feel like we're in stride together.
Yeah.
To feel that way is already to make a divide.
Yeah.
From each other. And that's not the case. So it doesn't come in as a category. But many women say that, it's hard for me to respect him. He seems like a child.
I think that's a relationship-ish. Yeah, I can understand how women can see men who just, they work full-time, they come home, they want to rest, they just sit there and watch TV. And I think it's very different for all relationships because sometimes there are like widowers, sometimes there's widows, sometimes there's single parents, sometimes there's same-sex couples, and like every relationship will look different. Every household will be different.
Yeah, cohabitation.
Sometimes it's not even just a marriage.
The norm now is no marriage. You just live together. Yeah.
So I guess it's really interesting to see how different it is for all relationships. But in the end, it's all the same. It's just about your relationship.
And let us know if we missed anything, too. I love learning new things.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we are uploading here full time as well. And we will see you next time. Bye.